Hello, Instagram. It's Friday, quitting time. Oh boy. I hope everyone got through this week as well as possible. There's people in the trenches. There's people losing their lives, losing their family members, losing their minds. Phone's ringing. And, it's been brutal. And, even those of us who are having the best of it are starting to go a little bit crazy. I think we've been locked down for about 4 months, 4 weeks, feels like 4 months. And, I don't know. It's been a rough couple days. It's starting to hit me, starting to go a little crazy. But I'm really, I look forward to this every night, and I'm happy to be on here, and I'm really happy to see all these names flying by, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. And it's been a good week. I've been talking about authentic living, living your best life. And, it's something that I've been able to do to a large extent. And, I just encourage people to follow their passion. And we had a great talk on Monday with Seth MacFarlane, and on Tuesday with Craig Robinson, on Wednesday with Gary Janetti, and last night with Patrick Warburton. It's just been a great lineup, and really appreciate all of them sharing their time. I am lining up some stuff for next week, and I'll post some of that over this weekend, but we'll keep it going. And, why not? So tonight, I've got a guy that I've known for probably 16 years or so, and he can currently be seen on the Orville. He plays Lieutenant John Lamarr, and the Orville is this awesome space show, as I call it, because I'm not a big sci-fi person, but I do love this show. I love Star Wars, and then I like this show. You know what? I love this show. I get to be on this show. I play Lieutenant Dan. So if you Google Lieutenant Dan the Orville, you will see me in a crazy prosthetic, and it's a lot of fun. So Jay Lee has been busting it. I met Jay Lee when I first met him. He was a receptionist at Family Guy, and he would sit there at the front desk, and he was always positive, always upbeat. He was new to town. He had his laptop. He was working on his hustle. He was writing stuff. He was making connections, and he had a dream, and I think he's realizing a lot of that dream right now. And it's my dream that he follows this feed right now and asks to join, so we can start talking. Until Jay Lee joins, what can you do better, huh? What would feel better to you besides negative, angry actions? What would feel good inside? What do you want to do that you're not doing? Think about it. Now we got plenty of time to think anyway. I know people are hurting for connection. People are hurting for money. People are hurting for the way of life that we have all known. And, it's a good time to kind of think about what you want to do. And the cool thing is that once you start actually doing it and you stick to it, then doors open up and the impossible becomes possible. I'm not, it sounds hokey and it sounds whatever, but it's true. And, if anybody knows Jay Lee, tell him to frickin' jump on this thing. Text him, tell him to hurry up. I'm just hanging. I'm hanging out. And I'm also Cleveland. I'll give you a little Cleveland. How about some Herbert? Oh, come on now. Got to ease into that one. Oh, no, there's some brews. Oh, hey, everybody, it's Friday. Oh, no, Jay Lee's not on yet. Jeffrey. Oh, Jeffrey's not here. He's John Viner. John Viner may be joining me on one of these things pretty soon. I think I'll go ahead and announce that. I think he's going to join me next week. I'm not sure which night. You know what? I'll go ahead and say I've got a local Virginian, very talented, very awesome, positive, soulful guy named Eric Stanley. He plays the electric violin, and he has just got a vibe. So I'm not sure what his Instagram handle is, but if you Google Eric Stanley, violinist, then you'll see what he's all about. But I'm really looking forward to catching up with him. And so far, those are the only ones that I can safely say we'll be doing next week. There's some others that we're still trying to figure out nights, etc. But yeah, so got big weekend plans. I'm going to sleep in tomorrow, and then we're doing a family house cleaning. We're going to clean the house, vacuum, sweep, mop, scrub, all that stuff. That'll be great. My wife and son and daughter and me. And yeah, that's about the only plan for the weekend. Gonna watch some sports. I'm just kidding. There hadn't been any sports in like a month. You go watch old sports. Yeah, and the Orville. Okay, back to the Orville. The Orville was on Fox for the first 2 seasons, and then I believe it's those episodes started airing on Hulu, and the Orville is coming back for its 3rd season on Hulu. It will not be on Fox Network. So that's coming up. Jay Lee can tell you more. I think, is Jay Lee, has he tried to join this thing? Jay Lee, where are you, buddy? Are you nervous? Are you going poop? Huh? You got a little poop going before your conversation with me? Not that he'd be nervous for me, but just, all these many, many, many people who are listening. Have I met Jess Harnell, Tim the Bear's second voice? Of course. I love Jess Harnell. He has the best smelling hair of any man I've ever met. He's got like these long rock and roll hair, or he did. I haven't seen him in a few years. But when he would come in, we would hug it out, and I would just always go, oh, that's nice. There, we got that. Jay Lee might be on his live. Jay Lee, come on, man. Is he on his live? Can somebody tell him to just jump on mine? Drew, your enthusiasm? No, thank you for answering. I can't see who said Jay Lee might be on his live. Wouldn't that be funny? I'm just gonna hang out. He'll get it. Somebody please tell Jay Lee to come over to my live. Hey, there he is. What? To set it up? Oh no, you weren't, Jay Lee. I know what you're doing. You were pooping. You were taking a Jay Lee poop. And but I'm glad you're close. And here you are. I'm going to view this request, and I'm going to go live. So yeah. So can't wait to talk to this fella.
Boom.
What's up?
What's up, bro?
How you doing? Do you take a little longer to squeeze that thing out than you thought?
You know what? I want you to know something.
Yeah.
I was getting some props.
Oh, good.
I have some goodies for you.
Oh, all right. Sweet.
Yeah. I've got some, we'll get into it, but I've got some, you'll see.
Okay. You're a little fuzzy. Do I look fuzzy to you?
No, I'm going to get out and come back in. Let's see if it gets better. I'll come out and come back in.
Oh, that's a good move anytime. All right, do it. You going to bail out and then jump back? Yeah, that's what he's doing. Boy, Jay Lee, I think he's I think he was pooping and pouring some wine and, resetting the internet. I don't know what he was doing, but he'll be right back, I'm sure. There he is. All right. Come on, Jay Lee film. Let's do it.
Better?
A little bit better. That's better.
Okay.
All right. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I mean, trying to keep my head straight during these weird times, but
Yeah.
Doing all right.
Are you, what are you doing? Are you getting out of the house? You going for some walks, some runs? You got a gym somewhere you're hitting that is not too populated?
Thankfully, so I do a little run around my block, which is simple. But my neighbor, he's a police officer. He's got a real cool gym set up in his garage. So when he's not in there, I'll get in and try to get a workout in, and watching the same movies I always watch. All right.
Do you ever secretly follow him and go fight crime?
I am Batman. People don't know that, but
you are.
Now the 50 people on here know.
Wow. All right. There's actually more than that. There's more than we're seeing up top. You get a
Oh,
real number down at the bottom. Yeah.
oh, I don't know anything.
Yeah. No, I didn't realize that either. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm happy if there's just you and me talking, buddy.
I don't care. It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you
It's
in
all good.
Are you in Virginia?
I'm in Virginia. Yeah. And I don't know if you remember that thing hanging in my office back there,
Yeah,
the Cleveland show
the
thing that
Cleveland. Yeah,
Laura Hilker had made. Jay Lee, you wrote for the Cleveland show. And let's take it all the way back, man. So I don't know if I think I've seen your name on here a couple times this week. So you might have the gist of what I'm doing. I'm talking to people, just kind of, I've been doing college talks for a while. And now that we're locked down, I'm sort of focused on, authentic life, living your authentic life, living your best life, following your passion, all that kind of stuff. And I like talking about that because I like to hear what makes people tick. We had Seth on here the other night, and I really enjoyed talking to him about his mindset at different junctures, because you always hear most people are doing interviews and they're talking about this great success and this other exciting thing and blah 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 blah. Right. It's like and like I saw you post that you were in Entertainment Weekly this week, which is exciting, right?
Yeah. Well, it was a little bit of a throwback. Better?
A little bit better. That's better. That's better.
Okay.
All right. All right. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I mean, trying to keep my head straight during these weird times, but
Yeah.
doing all right.
Are you? What are you doing? Are you getting out of the house? You going for some walks, some runs? You got a gym somewhere you're hitting that is not too populated?
Thankfully, so I do a little run around my block, which is simple. But my neighbor
Negative
is like a tech nerd, not like the artist type at all.
but just
He's got a real cool gym set up, and his type at all. He's very like A type beast. Not doing. Sarah, been saying you got to. What do? You figure it out.
That's right.
Watch this.
You got to be able to improvise. Oh, he just left again. Jeez, man, this guy is just coming and going. What kind of relationship do we have? JC, sit at the piano. Slow Friday night, everyone. Yeah, all right, here we go. There's Jay Lee. All right, this shit better work this time. Okay. Jay Lee. Boom. You did it.
Is that better?
Yeah, were you on dial-up before?
No, you know what's funny? Check this out. I'm on my old phone, and this is somehow better. So, all right, I'll go back on. This is clear, yeah?
Yeah, some upgrade, huh?
Exactly. I should just stick with my old phone. Okay, boom. Where were we?
Well, now you're getting a little blurry again, Jay Lee. All right, come on, sit down. Let's get straight before we get talking again. You're looking good. You're looking good. I like it. Way better. And that's coming from Bunt Young, the DP who has shot everything I've ever shot live action. Yeah. So if he says it looks good, it looks good. Believe me. Yeah. Scott Sutton says it's much better. Oh shit. Evil Monkey's waving. Bon Tay Tay. Wow.
Everybody's just excited. Look at this, huh?
Yeah. You look good. All right. So you wrote this script. Okay. So you moved to LA.
Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming, like all of us, you had kind of an old car and you rolled it out and you said you had a script, and what was your plan? Now, talking to anybody that is thinking about taking some kind of leap, how much of a plan did you have that was, looking back on it, wasn't completely ridiculous?
It was pretty ridiculous, my plan, but I can't be mad at it because that's what launched me into whatever it launched me into. Mm-hmm. I remember having the feeling. I remember seeing the California state line when I drove out.
Yeah.
And I literally remember thinking, "Oh, I made it. I'm cool.
Right. Good. Done. Yeah.
I'm good." And I mean that in the best and worst ways. Literally, me coming from St. Louis, just getting here was the win. And then it was just a matter of like, oh, it's just timing. You just keep doing it. You end up kind of where you want to be. So to me, what was harder than any audition, sleeping in my car, which I did for like 6 months, any rejection, the hardest part was actually making the decision to actually come to LA.
Right. Okay. And so what made that decision hard? Now, did you had your family there, you had your friends.
Yeah, I mean, when you decide to do something like that, St. Louis and LA are far. I didn't know anybody out here for real.
Yeah.
I didn't have any money,
Yeah.
so just jump into a brand new city.
How much money did you bring with you when you moved to LA?
200.
How much?
200.
When I left when I was 24, I had 1,000 and I spent 700 of it by the time I got to LA.
On the way. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I had a credit card, which,
I had $200, and funny enough, so my father, he has a daughter, who I didn't grow up around because she was already in California.
okay.
It's like 2 hours east of here.
Okay.
And when I decided to move to LA, I found her number and I was like, oh, my sister lives in California. I'm gonna be moving out there. I should probably at least reach out.
Right.
So I hit her up. I said, hey, it's your young bro. I'm moving to LA. And she's like, all right, well, when you get here, you can crash with me till you get on your feet. So I was like, okay.
Wow.
So that's why with the $200, when I moved out, I went straight to her place. I didn't realize, A, how far that was and
Yeah.
how much that was. Because in
Right.
St. Louis, you drive everywhere anyway. So
Sure.
30 minutes is literally like, oh, that's 30 minutes on the highway.
Right.
LA, it's 30 minutes to get to down the street.
Sure.
Long story short, I ended up getting a job at the mall at Guess, and I was making like nothing.
Which mall?
Riverside.
Okay.
So
I got I got a job at Century City Mall at the Gap and a store called the Nature Company right when I got out.
nice.
Yeah. And so, I was making like $6 an hour in LA.
$7. Yeah, I might have been, yeah, something like that. But
Yeah.
I just enough. I would fill my tank up, drive to LA,
Hmm.
and literally like
I'm here.
I'm here. So let me know where the money at. Let me know where my
So,
house.
okay. So you really had no connection to LA when you moved, other than you had a sister who lived a couple hours away.
That was it. And
Okay.
but so this is a weird connection. This
Hmm.
dude named Dave Newstatter, who works at New Line Cinema, he's
Okay.
the one that got me on a Family Guy, oddly enough.
Okay. Now,
Because
how'd you connect with him? Okay, so you moved to town. Your sister's 2 hours away. Doesn't work in the business, I assume, and
I
then
know,
you roll on into LA, broke.
yeah.
What did you do? I mean, you had your script. Like,
Script, I'll tell you.
who did you call? Did you have anybody that referred you to anybody that you could call?
There's a book. Where is this book? Oh, here it is. Boom.
It's the Bible. He's going to bring a Bible. All right.
I want to go back a little bit.
All right.
When I decided to come to LA, I just remember this. I actually created a new
Hey,
major.
I'm on Family Guy. Malin Hills. Malane Hills. I'm on Family Guy. I'm Cleveland.
Exactly.
And Herbert.
I bought this
Prince.
book, and in the book, in the back of it, it had like coffee shops you should go to,
Okay.
headshots printed. So I remember circling spots in this book, and
What book is it?
It's called "Acting Is Everything: An Actor's Guidebook for a Successful Career in Los Angeles."
I have all that kind of shit. I did the same thing. So I moved in 1990. I moved to LA when I was 24, and I took a script writing class at UCLA Extension Night School from a guy, and I hurried out to get to this class. It started on some night in September, and I got the first class. It was a guy who had like 2 Love Boat story credits was teaching this class. And so I'm just like, I just came out here for this. And then I took an improv class, and then I started doing a stand-up comedy workshop. And then I found Samuel French Bookstore.
Yes, exactly.
And that's where I got a ton of those kind of books that would give you names and addresses of people in the business that you could send your stuff to.
Yeah.
Which I had none of. I had nothing. I had nothing except people had always told me I was funny. I felt funny. And then I had nothing. And and I didn't even have confidence. By the time when I got out there, I was like, oh shit, man. I just like kept my ears open,
Yeah.
And I found a spot to live off of a UCLA bulletin board, a room for rent kind of thing. And then I
Okay.
found out one of my college friends had moved to LA, and so we lived together. But, and then waiting tables, you just get out there and like, I would never go back out the way that I did. And I don't think you would either. But
But see,
but that makes you who you are right now. And that you were a flower growing up through a crack in a sidewalk. You
yeah,
started nowhere.
yeah.
And so keep talking. So you're in town, you got this book.
Got this book. I'm going to coffee shops. There was a Magic Johnson Starbucks down there in Inglewood.
Okay.
Magic Johnson, he's a big deal.
Right.
Inglewood, I've heard of that place. I would just go to that spot and just sit and just look at people.
That's awesome.
You
All
know,
right. And
I
so
mean,
how old were you and what year was this?
I was 24, and this had
Mm-hmm.
to be what, 04, 05, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think 04. Because then it just so happened a month later, because of going back for a second, Dave Newstatter, I met him via email through this other random dude at the Mazda dealership where I was getting an oil change one morning. And I've told
Okay.
you before, but I remember I had made the decision to move to LA, and I was just so excited. And I was going to get my oil change one morning, and there was this white dude in the waiting room, and he had
Right.
on a suit, and he was just sitting there, and Sports Center was on. And I was like, hey, bro, do you care if I turn that up? He's like, yeah, no problem. So I turned it up, and I'm just sitting there. And he goes, man, you're in a really good mood. What's up? And I go, man, I'm just excited, man. I'm moving to LA. I'm going out to be an actor. And he goes, really? I said, yeah. And he goes, what's your name? I said, I'm Jason Lee. It's before I changed it to Jay Lee or whatever.
Right.
And he goes, hey, well, man, I know two people that live out there. And if you want, I can try to put you in touch with them. And I was like, great. So he gives me his email address,
Mm-hmm.
right? This is before, Instagram, Twitter, any of that stuff.
Sure.
But and I still have my Indiana email account.
Right.
So he sends me two people. One was a woman, I guess she was a makeup artist, and the other was this cat who was an assistant at New Line Cinema, which is this dude Dave. So I emailed him, and mind you, I again had just kind of finished the first draft of the script.
Right.
So I emailed him. I was like, hey, I emailed both of them. She never writes back. He writes back to me, and he goes, basically, he's like, if you want to be an actor in LA, you gotta get to LA. And I said, well, I'm writing the script, and he's like, when you get to LA, hit me up.
Right.
And I'm thinking, oh, you work at New Line Cinema, bro. I made it.
I'm in. Yeah.
He's like, bro, I make coffee. Like I have no power here. I'm an assistant to somebody.
Right.
So
Right.
by the time I drive out to LA, get out here, we meet up, we go to lunch, and he's like, welcome to LA. Good luck, basically.
Right.
Here's
Right.
a Chick-fil-A meal. And then like 3 weeks later, he hits me up. He goes, hey man, do you need a job? I said, well, I'm working at the mall, but yeah, I could use a gig. And he goes, there's a girl, Katie Krentz.
Yeah.
We went to school together.
Yeah.
She was working at this show called Family Guy.
Mm-hmm.
She just got a promotion. There's an opening. Would you be interested? And I had never seen Family Guy before. I didn't even know what it was.
Right.
I was like, I mean, that's so not what I came out here to do.
Right. As you're looking at the jeans, the Guess jeans you're trying on in the mirror, going, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know about that. Can't even afford the stuff I'm trying on.
Right. Of course.
But I was like, I mean, fuck it, I guess. And then
Yeah.
I had a Family Guy.
And then there you were. And then so we met.
wait.
Family Guy.
Oh,
There he is at the reception desk. K Biggs, Kevin Biggins, right behind you.
background there.
That's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice. I posted a pic of you. I guess were you David Goodman's assistant at one point?
Oh,
Or
let me
who's?
talk about that real quick. So
Or we-
the photo he posted of us two.
Yeah, your shirt was wet.
I have zero idea why the fuck my shirt was wet.
All right. I don't know why you got to cuss about it, but go ahead.
Because I'm angry.
All right.
But B, Kevin Biggins used to be David Goodman's assistant.
Right.
There was a moment Biggins got promoted to writer's assistant.
Right.
They didn't have anybody to fill in Goodman's desk.
Right.
So they said, Jay, do you want to come and fill in for a sec? I was like, yeah, sure. Bro, I was there maybe 3 days.
Oh, Jay.
What are you doing? He was just angry. I had made, because right in front of his desk was that ping pong table.
Mm-hmm.
I had literally done a whole like seating chart for a ping pong tournament.
All
Because
right.
for people who don't know, it was a pretty chilled, fun environment, right? When
Right.
it first got brought back.
Right.
Ping pong table and everybody used to play. So Seth Green and writers and everybody would come and play ping pong. So my
Sure.
dad thought it would be a good idea to have rankings and
Right.
I a ping pong tournament. And then David Goodman was like, "Yeah, no, you can. I'm good.
Right.
Go back to the front. I'm cool."
Right.
Like,
Right. Bobby Knight. Hey, Bobby Knight, go back to the other desk.
exactly.
So, all right. So,
I ever
this
tell you
thing.
a Bobby Knight story?
No.
Real quick, Indiana University. I was there when Bobby Knight was there. For people who don't know, a lot of white people in Indiana. A lot of white people at Indiana University.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Me, 3 of my friends are walking from class. We all happen to be black. That's 4 black people.
Wow.
20,000 plus white people go to school.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, Bobby Knight, who's a big dude, right? He comes up behind us and he like grabs us and he goes, "Ha ha! What's this? The Black Revolution? Ha ha ha!" And walks off.
Jesus.
We all go, mind you, we're freshmen. Bobby
Right.
Knight, like iconic basketball
Right.
who's, and we were like, "Oh shit, was that Bobby Knight?" What did you say?
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's funny. It's like, oh man, what the fuck? Yeah.
It was so like, "Oh man, that's cool." What?
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. So, so yeah, man. So you found yourself on the desk. Now you were actually living in your car at that point, I would assume.
Yeah. I was living in my car.
And where would you park? Like how, I mean, I'm sure people you had to kind of move around you had to move around, right?
I kind of found my spot. So right by Family Guy office, there was a gym. So
Okay.
I decided to join the gym. So I would park kind of around the corner from the gym.
Right.
And I would wake up in the morning, I go work out, take a shower, go to work, get off work, go play basketball, shower. I'd go to the Grove because they were open to like 11, and I would just sit, walk around the Grove. And
Yeah.
then I would go to Taco Bell on Beverly, get the same meal every night,
Right.
and then go to bed and rinse, repeat.
Wow. So you just kick back, you just recline your seats and fall asleep. Did you ever get messed with?
My uncle, he gave me this big ass Rambo knife.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, if you need this, just stick it." I mean, that knife was like,
Right.
I'm like, "Uncle, this is a machete, bro.
Right. Right.
Not just a small pocket knife."
So nobody ever messed with you?
There was one time, yeah. So in front of the gym, there was this one meter that the top was off. So that
Okay.
was the prime meter because if you got to park there, you didn't have to pay. So
Right.
I was at night because the gym's closed, nobody's parked there. So there was one time I woke up, and mind you, I was like taking my pants off. I didn't have a shirt on. And this one brother who I would see in the gym in the morning was walking up. And I just got up, and I was getting out of the car. I was like, and he walks up and he's like, "Damn, man, you got here early to get that spot, huh? You always get the good one." And I'm like, "Yeah, I just got lucky, I guess." And I saw me like, this motherfucker definitely sleeps in his car. Like,
That's all right.
it was cool, but I had to
You know,
find
you know what that is, Jay Lee? That's
What's
your
that?
fucking passion.
do
You
it.
could have been hanging out in St. Louis or Indiana somewhere, kind of playing piano at a mall or, doing something that you, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but you were driven for more. And so
Yeah.
you've got Seymour Bruce on Family. Oh no, thanks guys. I didn't see who asked that question. Ethan Baker. Yeah, there's more Bruce coming up. I've recorded some, and it'll be coming up. But yeah, man. So you damn slept in your car. Yeah.
Look at those handsome guys.
Yep. Me, you, and Seth Green.
Green, yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny. I always walk around feeling like I'm better looking than I am, and
You're a
so
good guy.
no, it works. It works. I just for some reason I see pictures of myself and I'm like, Jesus, man, I thought I'd look better than that. But
I know. I'm about to mess you up with this one.
uh
I found this.
oh,
This is throwback. This is
is
throwback.
this kicked in the nuts?
No, that's
All right.
funny.
That is Tom Devaney, Patrick Henry, Kevin Bagans. Is that you?
That's me, bro.
Jay Lee.
I
Yeah,
know.
that is early. Look at Biggins. Looks like he's wearing a choker. Um, but yeah, so those are writers. Kevin Biggins, Tom Devaney, still high-level producer writers on Family Guy. My brother Patrick sadly passed away a few years ago
Oh
from a
my God.
long fight with diabetes, and that sucked. And but we had a lot of fun. And
Yeah,
Jay Lee, I was looking for the kicked in the nuts clip with you, and I found it, but I would have had to do some editing to post it today.
that
But
was hysterical, by the way.
we did this hidden camera show parody called "Kicked in the Nuts," and Jay Lee was one of our victims. And yeah, if you actually all those old shorts that we did are on a website called crosseyeddtv.com, crosseyeddtv.com, no hyphens or anything. All of that old Henry Brothers stuff. If you scroll down, you can see all of it. So
Funny
you're
stuff. I was so honored when you asked me. Mike came to the front desk one day. Mind you, I told you I came with props. I'm at the front desk, right?
nice.
Busy. Don't bother me with this
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
And he's like, "Hey, I want to kick you in the nuts." And
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, "What?"
yeah.
He said, "No, I want to kick you in the nuts." And he showed me the show. The show, man, that sketch was so funny. The
Right.
cutaway audience,
Oh yeah, yeah.
bro, so funny. And I
Fake
was
hidden camera show. Somebody's asking if I have ever actually kicked anyone in the nuts, and the answer is no. No, you would get killed. All right, so this thing's going to cut us off at the top of the hour. So from
yeah.
Family Guy, you were where did you go from there, and how long was your next move coming to write for the Cleveland? Did you come over to write for the Cleveland show straight from Family Guy? Was that right?
No, no, a Family Guy, and I was still doing feature stuff. I was still trying to write features and
Right.
get my feature kind
Now,
of
did
right.
you get a deal or anything, or did you leave to and just take another job to support yourself, or
I,
what?
here's this is the day I left. So again, I was at the front. I would validate parking and everything, and everybody
Hmm.
was really nice to me. It was only a couple of assholes, but I was at Family
Hmm.
Guy for 2.5 years, and I remember everybody would say to me, "Hey man, you're so dope. You got such a light. Man, you're gonna be a big star. Can you validate my parking?" And then
Right.
after there was a couple of times I was like, and literally like I'm looking up to people, and
Yeah, the chair was low. Yeah.
I got exactly. I was like, I gotta
Yeah.
get out. Not that the station was the problem, but I knew I had outgrown that position.
Yeah.
And Family Guy, like I wasn't writing TV yet, so my path to become a writer wasn't it. I wasn't an artist. I was only doing random voiceovers here and there. So, and I turned down different promotions because I really wasn't trying to do that because I had a lot of free time at the front to do my own stuff. So I'm cutting on my headshots. I'm hustling.
Right. You didn't want to go up the production track at
Nah,
Family Guy, so you want to stay flexible, so you just stayed at the front desk.
it was just easier. And then I
Yeah.
think I think it was one time where I was debating on leaving, but I said to myself, "Oh man, how am I gonna make money?" And
Yeah.
that's I definitely got to go because I know I for sure I didn't come out here just to do this. And if
Yeah.
I'm reliant on this security blanket, which is not even that much anyway,
Correct.
you got to kind of take a leap.
That's
So
that's a great point.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then
When
you
I
was
first, I'm
Cleveland.
sorry. All right. Yeah, that's the yearbook from the Cleveland show. There's good stuff in there. I'm glad you grabbed these props.
Told you I got props, bro.
Yeah, man. But your point about don't be afraid to give something up to go for more. And your point of it's not even that much. I mean, it's great connections, and you still have all those connections because everybody likes you, and you're connected there. So yes, I have kicked Jason Lee and Jay Lee in the nuts. So fake fake kicked in the nuts. So yeah, when I first lived in LA, I was waiting tables at the Daily Grill in Brentwood. Waited on OJ and Nicole once. Waited on all kinds of folks. Then I got promoted to the Grill in Beverly Hills, which was like their marquee restaurant. And after a few months of working with professional waiters, I realized I need to get the fuck out of town. Like I just need to go back to Virginia and film things so I can show what I can do. And that, I put everything in storage and came back. So, along the way, you got to have the courage to make the leap, and then you got to have the courage to keep making leaps and keep going for what you want. And I love that you were, sort of assessing, why did I come out here? I did not come out here to be a receptionist. It's not that much money anyway. So where did you go from there?
Look at that at the front desk. Look at that.
Nice. Seth MacFarlane, right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
I left and I did a one-man show where I played piano, and I tried to act and do. It was a very discombobulated show, but it was cool. But that gave me a goal, so I did that, and then kind of just kept writing and found little production jobs here and there, and was just hustling. And I literally wrote like 10 different scripts over the next few years. And then when the Cleveland show popped off, I remember when you told me you were doing a spinoff, and even at that time, I'm like, oh, maybe Mike will bring me in to do a voice or two here and there.
Which you did as well.
Which was dope, yeah. But I still wasn't even thinking about being a writer on the show. It was 2 years later.
Right.
Like, oh shoot, that actually could be kind of cool. So that's when reached out to you, Seth, and and your stuff. And I went through all the proper channels, which is another thing people should know. I know it's not like people just give you stuff, even your friends. Like you still got to do the work, and I had to.
Yeah.
Like those years I was writing.
Yes.
It's not like I left and was just sitting on my couch and then you got on. I'm like, yo, bring me on. It's like, no, I was hustling. So I had samples,
It's like Gary Janetti was saying the other night. I don't know if you read his book or not, but he was saying that he used to just walk around waiting to be discovered, and then, one day he had the epiphany that I got to really go for what I want. And, look where it's gone.
I kind of always knew that was not going to pop off for me.
Right.
Yeah,
so you wrote for the Cleveland show, then, and people are asking why that stopped. I don't know. It was a network decision. We ran for 4 years, had a great time. I think we were really starting to find our voice. And I'm grateful for the experience, and I loved it, and I miss it. But hey, man, you got to keep moving on. So so then after that. You started. When did you start doing? Is it Two Black Dudes or Two Black?
Yeah. So Two Black Dudes is a show I made like the first version of 6-7 years ago. Long way around. I was this other movie I was trying to sell. That didn't work out. Then I had this other movie called Wednesdays, which I ended up making. Trying to get off the ground. Long story short, I needed to write and direct something that I was in, so I made up this show called Two Black Dudes and started. At best, who was Jar Jar Binks in Star Wars.
Right. All right. Yep. Sweet. And so, so you were self-starting the whole time. You were doing stuff. You were in it, and you were also friends with Seth, right?
Yeah.
And so, I'm trying to get to the Orville here. So the Orville probably when was the Orville cast? Probably about 3.5 years ago.
3.5 years ago. And what happened is, here's how he even told me about Orville. I was trying to get Two Black Dudes on, had a lot of buzz around it. It just was taking some time. We were at dinner and Seth goes, hey, I don't know if you want to work on any other projects, but I've got this show I'm doing, and I kind of have this role for you if you're interested. And I was like, I guess,
Right.
Like, and then it was fucking John Lamarr, which actually was crazy because before I got Orville, if you look at my credits, it was mainly voiceover stuff. Family Guy, Show, American Dad. I had no TV credits. I had no radio credits.
Right.
Only the stuff I had done. So by the time I got to the test, there was so much nervousness of, oh, wow, this dude actually says boom. I say boom. Like Seth wrote it with me in mind. Yeah. And now all of a sudden the pressure's on. Because it's a huge show. Everybody wanted to be on the show.
Right.
But
so you're in reading for it, and you're like, boom, damn it.
God dang it.
No. So, but you're a natural in there. You're great on it, and so getting onto a network show. I mean, is there a better feeling for an actor?
No, but see, I got to go back to the Cleveland show, and I'm gonna tell you why. Once I got on Cleveland show, and I was the low man on totem pole, right? I got hired as a staff writer. Right. Same thing. I had never been in a writer's room before. I was never a writer's assistant, never a writer's PA. So my first day in the room, I think we had an animatic. And for people who don't know, that's like sort of the black and white rough sketchings of an episode.
Right. Early stages of animation.
Early, right? So the script is written, broken down, outlined. Actors have recorded it, and then they do this. So I come in.
I'm sorry. Justin Primo with Fox International is pointing out that The show is not just network, it's international.
Oh,
And I'm assuming you're Disney now, so I apologize, Justin. But
what's
go
up,
ahead.
man?
I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to work some of these comments in.
That's all good.
All right, so
So anyway, after my first day in the room, we had an animatic, and I'm watching the episode I have no idea about. People are laughing, but the writers aren't. They're making notes. So I'm
no,
like,
never.
I guess I'll mark that too.
Right.
And then we go back in the room afterwards and we talk about the episode. So I had to learn a lot on the job. So I only bring that up because of this. Again, that same feeling of getting to LA was the win. Me in the writer's room, I'm like, oh, I'm here. All I got to do is work hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So forget everything else. Forget nervousness. Forget, am I going to get a joke in? Forget, am I going to pitch right or wrong? Like, and you got to learn those tricks of the trade. You know, it's interesting because you have to know when to pitch, how to pitch, when not to pitch.
Sure.
Right.
Got to read the room.
I was like, I'm valuable here.
Yeah.
I'm going to just be myself.
There you go. And you were sleeping in a Mercedes at that point.
Nope, definitely still in my Kia Sportage.
So then, all right. Well, but then the Orville. I mean, being on camera, you gotta love that. I mean, being on a billboard, and I know, Jay Lee, I know that you love some of that love you get from the promotion and the media. You know, like you go out and you see yourself on a billboard, which I never have. I've seen my characters on a billboard, and that's pretty cool. But to see yourself on a billboard, that's got to feel really good for about 30 seconds until you realize that somebody else is going to be on that billboard in a week.
Here's what's great about that. There was a billboard when Orville first got promoted. It was everywhere, right?
Yeah.
There's a billboard right around the corner for me. And I would have my moments of like, oh my God, that's my face around the corner. And then you go and it's not there. It's a whole nother show.
Right.
I tell you when they're going to change it.
Right.
So if you're chasing that,
right,
you're only going to be disappointed. If you chase the thing versus the work,
it's the process. You got to love what you do all the time. And again, we're going to get cut off here in a second, but you know, that's the whole thing. You know, like I know I've been getting a lot of positive comments from people who are thinking about, you know, making a change or you know, needing that extra incentive to do something. And you know, that's what I'm hoping we're given a little bit tonight. You know, you have to love what you're doing every day, because you know, even back when the stuff wasn't popping for me early on, and for a long time, frankly, I always slept well because I knew that I was doing everything I could to actualize what was inside of me.
Yep.
And so you're a great guy, and you are talented, but the thing I admire most is your work and your that positive pop that guy saw in the Mazda dealership. You know, that's what you got, and you bring that every day. And you know, good days, bad days, it's always, you know, just positive. And that's, you know, you can Vince Lombardi said there are those who say they can and those who say they can't, and they're both right.
Yep.
So you know, you're freaking great. And I wish we had more time, but they damn cut. I know they're going to cut this thing off in 1 minute. It says at the top. So yeah, man. Any 10-second thing you want to say?
Look at that. That's Seth Green in my movie.
Oh, nice. Yes. Cool. Very good. That was backwards. So tell everybody what it said.
It said Atypical Wednesdays. Oh, I can do it this way before we cut off.
There you go.
Nope.
Nah, don't worry about that.
No.
Jay Lee, I think you're great. I think, you know, love your positivity, love your spirit. And, you know, I love your hustle and your game and everything that you're doing. I will be back on next Monday at 8, same time. I'll post a lineup sometime over the weekend.
Who's coming back Monday? I want to talk to somebody on Monday. I'm going to come and just hate.
Okay. I'm not sure who it's going to be Monday. But
fuck everybody.
I'm going to put that lineup up. We're getting cut off at 4.